Our next problem is to determine the number of moles of molecule in each sample. So our first one is 38.2 grams of sodium chloride. So it's giving us grams, so we have to go from grams to moles. So we always start with what we are given, which is the 38.2 grams. So we start with 38.2 grams of sodium chloride, which is NaCl, times, now we need to find the number of grams per mole of sodium chloride. And to do this, we do the formula mass. So the mass of sodium is 22.99, and the mass of chlorine is 35.45. So when we add those two together, we get 1 mole of sodium chloride is equal to 58.44 grams of sodium chloride. So now our grams cancels out, and we are left with moles of our sodium chloride. So now we input this into our calculator, and we take into account our 3 sig figs for our answer. Our final answer is 0.654 moles of NaCl. Our next one is 36.5 grams of nitrogen monoxide. So we always start with what we are given, which is a 36.5. Now nitrogen monoxide is simply NO times, now the formula mass for nitrogen monoxide is 14.01 plus 16, which is 30.01. So 1 mole of NO is equal to 30.01 grams of NO. Now our grams cancel out, and we are left with moles. Now we plug this into our calculator, and we take into account our 3 significant digits. Our final answer is 1.22 moles of nitrogen monoxide. Our next problem is asking how many molecules are in each sample. So for our first one, we have 3.5 grams of water, or H2O. So we always start with what we are given, which is the 3.5 grams of H2O times. So it's asking for molecules, so essentially we need to go from grams to moles, and then moles to molecules. So to go from grams to mole, we need to determine the formula mass of water. So we do 2 times our 1.01, which is our hydrogen, and 1 times 16, which is our oxygen. So we add those together, we get 18.02 grams. So we have 1 mole of water is equal to 18.02 grams of water times our grams of water cancels out. Now we go from moles to molecules, and we do this by using Avogadro's number. So there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd water molecules in 1 mole of water. Now our moles of water cancels out, and we're simply left with water molecules. So when we plug this into our calculator and we take into account our 2 sig figs for our final answer is 1.2 water molecules. Our next one is 19 grams of C6H12O6. So we always start with what we're given, which is the 19 grams. So we need to go from grams to moles, so we need to find the formula mass. So to do this, we are going to find formula mass. So we have 6 times our 12.01 plus 1 times our 1.01 plus 6 times our 16.00. And we add these all up into our calculator, we get 180.18. So 1 mole of this is equal to 180.18 grams. Okay, so times that, our grams cancels out. Now we need to go from moles to molecules. So just like before, there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. In 1 mole. Okay, our moles cancels out, so we're simply left with molecules. And our final answer, after we input this into our calculator and take into account our 2 sig figs, our final answer is 6.4 molecules.